Welcome traders, welcome to the watch list for Tuesday, November 28th. This video, it's not just about stock picks. It's really an invitation to a journey that could redefine your trading success. And if you've ever felt the frustration of navigating the market's uncertainties, this is a moment you've been waiting for. We're about to go through market gems that could be your pathway to potential profits. Now, I want to share something special with those of you who might be facing trading challenges. So what if I told you there's a way to enhance your trading experience to gain exclusive insights and strategies that could be the missing piece in your journey? That's what this strategy that we teach on this channel does. It could be your missing piece. Now, it's not just about watching. It's about participating in a community where we strive for excellence together. So consider this your open invitation. So whether you're new to trading or you're looking to elevate your game, you can join us on this journey by hitting that subscribe button and becoming part of this community. You can also join my free Discord. That's right, it's free. I don't charge to be a part of that Discord. Most of the rooms are free. There is a paid membership portion, but the majority of it, and a lot of people don't realize that, it is free. So let's get started on this watch list. And I want to start by showing you this screen here. This is TradingView. So if you've never used TradingView before, or you're looking for something to help you with your trading, TradingView helped me. It helps me to chart everything I do. It's how I find the trades that I'm going to take throughout the day. I have provided a link in the description below. That link gets you a free 30-day trial to their sub-based services. There is a free portion, just like my Discord. There is also a sub-based service. So if you want to try out that sub-based service, you can click on that link down below and get started that way. But let's get started on this list. And we're going to start with NVIDIA. NVIDIA today had a 2 down that finished green. So there are 3 candles in this strategy. And throughout this channel, guys, there are a ton of learning tools. I've got over 100 videos to help you learn. Whether you want to know about the candlestick numbers or certain setups, certain patterns that we talk about in this strategy, or how to trade SPY, or how to trade the gaps, how to trade the orb. I've got a ton of videos to help you guys with this stuff. So this in particular, we had a 2 down that finished green. So a 2 candle can either break the low or the high of the previous candle. If it broke the low of the previous candle, we call it a 2 down. If it broke the high of the previous candle, like this one here, only broke the high, we call that a 2 up. So they're directional candles. They either go up or they go down. This one went down, but it finished green. And what that tells me is that the buyers took this back on the day. Okay? It was red, and the buyers brought it back and started buying. What we also see here is this time frame continuity. The day, the week, the month, the quarterly, and the yearly on NVIDIA are all pointing to the upside. Where did I get this? This is part of the indicator that I created for you guys. It includes the time frame continuity. It includes the candlestick numbers, the 1s, the inside bars, the 2s, the directional candles, and the 3, which is the outside bar. The outside bar is the opposite of the inside. So the 1 bar doesn't break the high or the low. It stays inside. The outside bar breaks both the high and the low of the previous candle. It does both. It was a 2. It went to a 3. Okay, so that's also included in the indicator, as are the yellow bars, the white bars to show you inside bars, outside bars, and these special 3-1 setups are highlighted gold, and a bunch of other things as well. So we had a 2 down, finish green. The fact that it finished green gives me high probability that we may trend back up on Tuesday. And the reason I say may is because we don't know what the next candlestick is going to be. Every trade you guys look at, every strategy you guys have looked at or come across, or someone has tried to teach you guys or show you guys, is based off of probability, and it always will be. It can't be anything other than probability, because we don't know what the next candlestick is going to be. We can say, based on the facts and the information we have a pretty good idea that, you know, which way the candlestick is going to trend, which way it's going to go, but we'll never know for sure. And so every trade is always based off of the probability, and you guys need to remember that. So we look at NVIDIA. We had the 2 down finish green. We're going to look for it to trend up. We've got really good time frame continuity. We want as many of these pointing in the direction of our trade as we can. So these are pointing to the upside. We've got a 2 down finish green. Then we mark our trigger at the top of the candle, and the targets just go to the highs of the preceding wicks. That's those green lines. Okay, we're going to move through these a little bit quicker. I know that I said this is a watch list. We've done a little bit of learning at the beginning. Let's move on to the next one. And this is not a long list. It is very short. BA, Boeing, 2 down, finish green. We just talked about this. Full time frame continuity. We mark our trigger. We mark our target. The other thing I want to point out, that's with this strategy. We have a hammer candle. So a hammer candle has the body at the top, the wick to the bottom. That is an actionable signal in the strat. It's a high probability play. So we have the hammer candles, they're high probability. The inside bars, they are high probability. And then we have the shooter candles where the body is at the bottom and the wick is to the top. That is a high probability play. 3 high probability plays, 3 actionable signals that we talk about with the strat. And again, I mentioned the paid portion of my Discord. It includes a 1-hour course for you guys that goes through this stuff. It includes the indicator that I talked about. It includes one-on-ones with me. It includes the top 5s from these lists every single day outside of Mondays, which I don't give. But it includes that as well. It includes live trading bots. There's a ton of stuff. It is only $50. You make that back in one trade. You honestly really will. And there's a lot of value packed in there for that small price. So let's move on to BAC. That's Bank of America. Bank of America. There's that inside bar that we talked about. So any trader that is new or struggling, I always tell them to really concentrate on the 1 bars or the inside bar. Same thing. The 1 bar is an inside bar. The inside bar is a 1 bar. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. If anybody catches that movie quote. Inside bars, okay? We can put our triggers on both sides of this. Now, again, we want as many of these time frame continuity indicators in our favor as we can get. That just makes our trade a higher probability trade. So we're taking the break to the high or break to the low, and we're looking for our targets. Now, this target isn't marked out exactly because, there it is, because we've got a weekly trigger to the downside as well. So if I look at the weekly chart, we had a 2 up that finished red. This is the current inside bar candle for just Monday. We're looking for it to trend down, to go 2 down on the week on BAC. So if you're looking for a swing play, there's potential there. Now, what precedes this inside bar is the outside bar, a 3-1 setup. Outside bar, inside bar, they do not happen very often. And so this one, we had a 3-1 setup. We trended down. We hit targets. That would have been your target there, and then we trended back up. That's why it's important to take profit at your targets, because sometimes we hit targets like we did here, and we reverse right back up through there. Okay, let's go look for one more. There's the 3-1 setup, and there's the big run down. That's what we look for. Now, we are looking for these setups on the daily. You do not have to look for these on the daily. You can look for them on the 4-hour, the hour, the 30, the 15. You can look at them on any chart, okay? You can look at the 15 and say, hey, we had an inside bar. We trended to the upside. We had a double, well, that's showing an inside bar. Double inside bar, we trended to the downside, okay? Double inside bar, we trended up, hit targets. You can do it on an hourly chart, okay? Inside bar, we trended up, we hit the target, reversed. Double inside bar, right here, we triggered, we hit targets, okay? It's doing what it's saying it's supposed to do. This is very, very organic trading. Most of the strategies you will see use EMA crossings or RSI or MACD or VWAP. We don't use that. We use strictly what the candlesticks are telling us. Candlesticks, 1, 2s, and 3s. It is very organic. Here's a 3-1 setup, outside bar, inside bar. We didn't quite hit targets, okay? We were a little shy, but we had a 3-bar trend to the downside. We actually hit it on this outside bar, okay? So you can trade these on any time frame. It doesn't have to be the daily, okay? So from BAC, we're going to go to Citibank. So Citibank, there's that 3-1 setup again. So we just look for triggers to the high side or low side, and our targets are marked out accordingly. And we can go back and look. The last 3-1 setup, boom, boom, 2 days. 3 days before we had the first 2 up, 2 down reversal. Okay? And if you watch the course, we talk about where to get in, where to get out. That's one of the spots where you can get out when you have that reversal on the trend. And yes, it trended up a little bit more, but we're not looking to catch the very, very tops. It's very hard to do that. We want to take what the market has given us, take our money out of it, and look for the next trade. We call these base hits. We want to hit consistent base hits, base hits, base hits. If you can consistently get on base and take those 20, 30, 40, 50% wins consistently, you are going to be a far more consistent trader than the majority who are hoping for those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 1,000, 2,000% setups. Ford Motor Company also with that inside bar, so we can look for the calls at 1042 right here, puts at $10.30. I don't have the targets marked out, but we can do that together. I'll mark them as green, as my targets always are. And then to the top side. There is your setup on the daily chart. And again, throughout the day, if you want to go to the 30-minute chart, you can say, okay, there's my inside bar. I want to set my trigger. We're going to set it to yellow because that's the way my triggers are set. And then we're going to set our target. And what do you know? Look at that. To a T, hit that target, came back down. Okay? Very, very, very simple strategies for you guys to follow. Very easy setups. And it is one of the easier ones you will find. It's very, very hard to find something that is more simple and organic and natural as the strat is, okay? So here we have another 2 down that finished green. We've got the time frame continuity on our side. What did I do here? Time frame continuity on our side right here. This is also what we could call a 1-2-2 rev strat. So all it is there's an inside bar preceding that 2. So we had it 1, 2 down, finish green. We're going to look for it to trend up. We'll take our trigger at 120.32. We go to Google. Google has an inside bar. It also has a shooter candle. It also has time frame continuity pointing back to the upside. All these yellow circles, those represent current inside bars. Just like you see here, this is the daily. There's our inside bar. If I go to the weekly, there's our inside bar currently sitting on the weekly. If I went to the month, and I'll tell you right now, if we don't break the high or the low by the end of November, Google will be on my December setups, my 3-1 setups for the month of December. Okay, so we come back to the daily. There's our setup. We can take a break on either side. We do have a shooter candle. We do have an inside bar. There's 2 actionable signals. Pay attention to that. IWM. Inside bar, 2 down, finish green, hammer candle on IWM. We've got really good time frame continuity on our favor as well, in our favor. So we'll look for calls there at 179.11. Nike, again, this is a odd setup, so it's a 1-3 setup, the reverse of what we were talking about with those 3-1 golden setups. A man by the name of Rich from Trading Wars coined this the Nirvana. So when we look at these, again, we're playing it the same way. We're taking the break of the high or the low of the outside bar. Now, we have a hammer candle here. We've got really good time frame continuity. So we can look for this to trend back to the upside. Doesn't mean it will, but that's where the high probability setup lands us. So again, this outside bar, we triggered, we hit first targets, and then we reversed. Okay? If we go back to try and find one more, we went 1-3-1. So it turned into a 3-1. But again, there you go. Off of that 3-1 setup, big run up. High probability plays is what we're looking at on those 3-1 setups. Now, if we look for another 1-3, again, these are very, very uncommon setups. So that's why we really like to look at them, because they usually yield high profitability plays. Now, I can't even find one here, and I am already back, and maybe I missed it, but I'm already back into December of last year before I can even find one of these 1-3 setups. And here it is. Look, inside bar, outside bar. Look at this run on Nike back from October 2022 off of the 1-3 setup. You would have had a very, very profitable day if you would have followed that 1-3 setup. And that's a list, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want the extra help, that paid portion in the Discord is there. You can find the links for that down below. The Discord link to join the free portion is down below. There's a bunch of links down there for a bunch of free stuff for you guys. Make sure you check that out. Good luck trading Tuesday, guys. We'll see you in the Discord. We'll see you on Twitter, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.